So when Chinua Achebe wrote in this book, as you can see here, hope you can see, things fall apart. When he wrote in this book, he told a story of a society facing change, where leadership, culture, and values were overtaken by new forces. Today, we ask, is the same thing happening at Sentebale? Once a beacon of hope for HIV-affected youth in Southern Africa, namely Lesotho and Botswana, is Sentebale now a stage for personal ambition, elite narratives, and mission drift? Sentebale was founded in 2006 by Prince Harry and Princess of Lesotho. Sentebale was created to serve vulnerable children in Lesotho and Botswana, those affected by HIV, poverty, social hardship. But in 2023, new leadership, Sophie Chandauka, MBE, a corporate lawyer, a DEI advocate, honorary doctor for DEI, took the role of a chair. Soon after, board tensions escalated. Trustees resigned and Sentebale's mission began to change. So in this book, things fall, as you can see here, the Igbo community is replaced by outsider and a new system is implemented. We can ask ourselves now, as we see this saga unfolding at Sentebale. At Sentebale, the traditional mission, which is the child welfare and HIV support, has been replaced by a new focus. Just like things fall apart, the Igbo community, the traditional leadership system, was replaced by an outsider. At Sentebale, that mission of HIV support and child welfare is being replaced to focus on wealth creation, climate resilience, and global leadership. These changes reflect not the grassroots needs of Southern African youth, but the ambition of a new leadership aligned with elite global narratives. Things fall apart. Achebe's tragic hero, Okonkwo, was a proud and controlling. He resisted change, isolated himself from allies, and ultimately caused his own downfall. Critics describe Sophie Chandauka's leadership as dictatorial. Allegedly, she was told to resign by her former trustees when they didn't have confidence in her leadership. She threatened to sue them and then acted as a whistleblower to the UK Charity Commissioner. Subsequently, she remained as the chair and appointed allies in the position. 2 of those allies have resigned within 21 days of being appointed. Yeah. Chinua Achebe, things fall apart. As in this novel, Achebe's novel, the new leadership's narrative displaces the old. Sentebale's mission has shifted from child welfare to wealth, wellness, and climate resilience. Language aligning with Chandauka's own personal brand, the DEI work and biotech venture, Nandi Life Sciences. Some worry that the charity is now serving a lead fundraising agenda, not the vulnerable children it was created for, the children it was created to help. Things fall apart. Achebe warned us of cultural colonization in this book. He warned of that. And today, many African leaders and African observers note that the remaining trustees, Dr. Bhakti Hansoti, has USAID ties. USAID ties an agency that many current African leaders and past African leaders have criticized it of promoting Western strategic interest over decolonization in Africa in the form of aid.
So rather than trauma with the USAID cuts, there could be opportunity, they say. Today we're talking with Ambassador Adikana Chihombori Kwao, a medical doctor and former permanent representative of the African Union to the United States. Ambassador, it is terrific to have you with me in stage here in studio. Let me just ask you, if I look through the USAID programs, some of which have been cut off, in Congo, there's an aid group, Action Against Hunger. This is they're treating tens of thousands of malnourished children. In Ethiopia, food assistance stopped for more than 1 million people, as we've seen these AID cuts go into force, really across the board with very, very few waivers. How is Africa feeling this moment? Do you see this as a story of tragedy, or is there something else that we need to be looking at?
There is need for readjustments. There is need for realignment. We need to understand the real reason why USAID is in Africa. And not just USAID, but other NGOs. You look at DFID, which is the British equivalent, and many other smaller ones. Their sole purpose was to act as if they're coming to rescue Africa. They're coming to fill in the gaps in government services, gaps in education, gaps in healthcare, gaps in humanitarian services. They're coming in the guise of addressing issues to do with human rights, issues to do with environmental protection and social justice. They are coming in claiming that they are introducing grassroots initiatives that are going to help the people. And so they use that as a way to go into the most remote parts of Africa. They're talking about government advocacy. When you look at it on paper, it all looks really good. But they're actually wolf in sheep's clothing. They are using that open access sounding humanitarian to constantly destabilize governments. I can tell you right now, the majority of African leaders, and not just African leaders, but leaders in the developing world, are celebrating the exit of USAID.
This has raised fear that Sentebale is rebranding news, and it serves not the African youth, but the Western funders and corporate players. So, Achebe said things fall apart. Sentebale's current board of trustees stands at bare minimum of 3. That is the chair, Sophie Chandauka, which is the legal threshold for a charity, the minimum legal threshold for a charity under the UK law. So leadership decisions have centralized. Public trust is eroding. Like in the Igbo community, in Achebe's novel, Sentebale faces a critical question, and this is a question that we need to ask. Can it retain its identity and serve its original purpose, or will it become another cautionary tale of mission drift and elite conquer or elite capture? Can Sentebale retain its identity and serve its original purposes with the current leadership, with the current chair, or will it become a victim of mission drift, climate resilience, wealth creation, and elite capture? Things fall apart. When things fall apart. So what do you think? What do you guys think? Is Sentebale experiencing a natural evolution or modern leadership tragedy? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and share. Stay tuned for more deep dive into charity governance, leadership ethics, and decolonization. See you all. Thank you. Bye for now.